What's going on, guys? So, Dogecoin, Dogecoin, however you want to call it, right? We did not get to make this play here, and it completely got a double top rejection and rolled over. And it all makes sense, because we were very overextended on the RSI. But, with the crazy hype and everything going on, I was expecting that this actually might have been able to breach this level, and I was talking about 41 cents to 43 cents if we came back up here and we found support and got an hourly close with confirmation above. We could have put in a trade, and this was not able to happen here. So obviously it got rejected there. It didn't get any type of hourly closes. We didn't have any type of volume. We only had wicks coming up here, and it just completely got rejected. And it dumped, and it fell through all of the support here. So, right now the hourly RSI is getting pretty low, but you can see the moving averages. The yellow line is rolling over, and as of right now, we fell below the 50 EMA on the hourly. And it's getting resistance right below it. And it almost looks like it's creating some type of, pennant, more of like a rising channel, or you could potentially call it a bull flag if you wanted to. And that downward target there is, roughly 18 cents. So, we bounced off the 0.618, 23 cents, and it makes sense. We had some buyers in there targeting that 0.618 retracement, which, that's to be expected. And it's very possible, seeing that, before I put this fib retracement in here, I had a resistance, an old resistance box right around that level. And sometimes that works out. I don't do as much fib retracement levels anymore because, I find that the resistance box looks a little less messy. So, but we'll leave it there for this video. So basically what I'm kind of expecting here is we continuously bounce between this 25 roughly cents to this resistance box here, which is around 29 cents or so. And, we could bounce between there. Now the 0.5 fib is right around 26.8, so that almost 27 cents. And as of right now, we're trying to get above it. We have a lot of like spinning top / indecision candles looking like, people don't really know what to do. We don't have any volume in here, and, nobody is really interested in buying it right now. So most people are waiting for some confirmation back up on top of this support here, which is roughly around this 31 to 32 cents. And you can see how we rolled over trying to hold these levels, and we just completely broke through. So, we didn't quite get enough momentum off of this one wick down here at this 0.618. So it's very possible here that we break down, and what I'm looking for here is a potential of a bounce off of this 0.618 again, which could ultimately create some kind of maybe bullish divergence and, then be able to break. But it looks like it's in a falling wedge as of right now, which can break down, which, most of the time the probability of them breaking to the upside is greater. And we have this box here, which I had this box here of around 22 cents. And that was based off of what we did here when we bounced between this 0.5 fib and the 0.618, really. And that's kind of where my box is. And we created this bull pennant here that we just completely rose out of and broke through and rose to the upside. So, technically, we back tested this 0.618, which also back tested this old pennant resistance. So, it's very possible that if we did break down again, which I'm sort of looking more towards, because we had a MACD cross to the negative, which was a sell signal, even though we are getting a slight rise here. We could drop back down and keep continuously bouncing off of this lower pennant kind of sloping resistance here. But, if we do break this 22 cent level, then we're definitely going to be looking towards this 19 to 17.6 cents area here. And, I personally think that if we can come down to that 0.786, which is roughly 17 cents area, 17 to 18 cents area, that should potentially give us enough momentum to run back to the upside. And whether or not we can break this 29 to 30 cent area, well, we'll have to keep an eye on that when that occurs. So obviously this was a pretty decent rejection, but being that overextended, and a lot of people are in crazy profits right now. Just think about that. Like, do some math, like we were talking about in the last video. Is $200 in Dogecoin back when it was 0.0018, when I was seeing it, and you guys might have seen it even lower, would be worth roughly 15 grand when it's up in this range. So, who wouldn't take that profit? I know I would. I wouldn't be able to, I probably would have taken profit somewhere over here. I wouldn't have even seen that it would have gone this high. Who knows? But, that's just what you kind of have to think about. So, of course, we're going to get some profit taking here. And it makes sense. So now we just are kind of relying on either, the traders that just want to trade the momentum, or, the hype people that miss the boat that want to jump in. So, that's, or just, some people that really don't care, and they're just kind of like, well, geez, this thing already ran this much. Well, if it goes to $1, I might as well throw 100 or 200 bucks in. That's worth risking to me to, potentially double it at least. So, that's kind of what we're dealing with, is all of these people that are jumping in now. So, that being said, although we have very overextension on, the oscillators, with that being said, I don't think that this run is just over. I just think that we need to bring it back to some reasonable, I can't say reasonable because no offense to anyone that loves this thing, but I don't think 17 cents even is reasonable. But, that's just my opinion. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to potentially put a trade in somewhere, right? So I'm going to play momentum, and I'm not going to try to find a bottom. I am potentially talking about some scenarios that could happen that could cause a bounce based off of just some fib levels and some old resistance. And, this 14.5 cents to 15 cent area here is, the level that we broke, and we just completely went parabolic here. So, would it be terrible for it to come all the way back down there? It really wouldn't. And that's just something to think about. Now, do I think it's going to go that low right now? I'm not sure. There's no real way for me to know, but I'm just looking for support and resistance areas. So, depending on what this does here, because if we do somehow get enough momentum here to run up and find some support on this 31 cent level, then we can say, hey, this thing might be turning around here, as long as it doesn't roll over and drop. So until it gets some kind of support up in that range, between the 31 cent range, it's not really worth trying to catch a bottom personally. But if you're just throwing some money at it whenever it comes down to a certain target, that's on you. If you're trying to trade and use risk management, then that's kind of what we're looking for here, is that 31 cents to find some support again. Of course, if we do get squeezed at the end of this, and this does continue to look like a falling wedge, then depending on where it is at this point, we'll have to figure out if it's going to break to this upside here and get a nice breakout, or if we're going to break down and back test some really what should be really, really strong support. So, that's kind of where I'm at right now with this. Now, the moving averages don't look too good. The MACD crossed, but we are getting a nice reset on the RSI on the 4-hour here. And we're looking like we're getting a somewhat of a little bit of a bounce here. And, this could potentially be bullish divergence here as well, forming here in the 4-hour. But we're going to have to see how this plays out. I know my chart looks pretty crazy right now, but that's just kind of what I'm seeing. So, if you guys like this video and you want me to continuously do more, then hit the like button. And, if you're annoyed with Doge and you don't, then, or Dogecoin, whatever, then, hit the dislike button. But either way, that's kind of my views on it right now. So, I'm still waiting for that confirmation up here, but if I want to get in a little sooner, I definitely will. And I'll try to keep you guys updated. And if you're on my Trading View, I've been trying to post some videos on this and a couple other currencies that we can make trades on together. So feel free to find me on Trading View as well. But with that being said, have a great Saturday, great weekend, and peace.